All right. Up to 3. That's great. Let's see if we can get 4. There we go. There's 4. Let's go. All right, we got Rusviet. Rusviet's always fun. What board are we going to get? Agricultural. Nordic Mechanical. There we are at Agricultural. Gawa's got Industrial. So we got to watch out. Make sure they don't rush us. And we go last. All right. Tagawa's got the industrial board. Their coin comes from upgrades and from making mechs. They don't get much out of enlist, which is a big drawback to the industrial board. Wow, it goes from Tagawa straight to Albion. No Crimea, no Polania, no Saxony. Nordic is here sandwiched in right between us. Albion's laying early claim to the village in case Nordic gets some ideas. What's Nordic do with this? Not going to get on metal right away, which is a little bit surprising. I'm going to go ahead and start with a produce. Gawa's got 2 of the oil they need for an upgrade. So they're probably going to produce. Yeah, there it is. King of the Hill is the objective that we're going to go for. Control the factory at the end of your turn and have the highest power of any player. It's going to be a doable objective for us in this case because our bolster is over our enlist, which we're going to want to do several times. Gawa's bolsters over their upgrade. They start significantly behind us in power. Albion's is above their build, and they start forever away from wood. So they're probably not going to have a ton of power in this game. Nordic might give us a run for our money, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, we're going to go with our second produce here. The combat cards are good. That's going to help. How are you doing tonight? Got the stream up on Twitch, YouTube, and for the first time, Mixer. Tagawa's got the industrial board. They're going for that first upgrade and the coin that goes with it. They're going to upgrade their upgrades, so they're planning on getting a lot of upgrades in this game. So we have King of the Hill, control the factory at the end of your turn and have the highest power of any player. We're not excited that Tagawa seems to be going for that. They might challenge us for our power, although we do have an advantage because we start with 3 and they start with 0. So Albion just moved, right? So he probably takes the second option, pays $2, gets 3 food, and then enlists. What I would think he would do. You always want to look, see if you can get something for that bottom row action that's under what you just did. Usually under your movement, get an encounter, because you have to move to get to the encounter. Okay, let's see here. We're going to produce for a third time. Go ahead and get our workers start. So with the agricultural board, you want to get at least 1 upgrade. And you want to get 1 upgrade for a couple reasons. One reason is that this right here, this food, this is 3 times 4 actions, which is 12 food. Well, how many workers are we going to have here to take the food? Well, we're going to have 7. So we need it to cost less than this. We need it to cost 2. Because what we're going to do this turn is we're going to trade and we're going to get our 4th metal and we're going to get 1 food. And then that will let us produce once, get 7 more food, and sit on 8 food. But we need to upgrade this as well. So this turn we'll go ahead and get our mech, and we'll set ourselves up to start getting enlists. Terry Che, someone goes for the worker star early should the others think that they want to rush the game. Yes and no. So if you see the worker star early, there's a good chance someone wants to rush the game. And that's because it's harder to get into higher tiers of popularity when you're paying popularity to produce, right? So in that sense, yes. In another sense, getting to 8 workers may just mean that somebody is trying to spread out. So for instance, you see Albion go to 8 workers a lot. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to rush the game. What it may mean is they're going to try to stall the game. Because those are your 2 options in this game, right? You have to rush or you have to stall. If you rush, you're trying to end it quickly and just have the most points and get 50, 60 points somewhere in there and in the game. If you're trying to stall the game, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get far enough ahead that no one can pass you up. So there's definitely a good chance if someone goes to 8 workers early that they're trying to rush the game. But it's kind of faction dependent. It's probably true if you're looking at Rusviet or Crimea, but it's less likely to be true if you're talking about Albion or Tagawa. In those cases, because those factions can't rush the game pretty well, they might still go to 8 workers, but it's more likely to be an effort to stall the game and try to stay far enough ahead that no one can end it. Gawa's going pretty slowly with their mech creation, so we don't have to worry about them that much. Let's see what Nordic does here. Because they've moved these workers up to here and we want to go for the farm. So how far away are they from getting a mech? Significantly still. We said we needed some oil. Because we need that upgrade. We need to upgrade our bolster and make our enlist cheaper so that this food plus 7 more is enough for us to get 4 enlists without having to spend multiple turns producing. Let's see, Tagawa looks like they're going for another upgrade. What's their power situation? They're at 5 power. We're only at 2, but we're going to start catching that in a few turns here. Let's see if we see Nordic trade for a few food here. Or excuse me, a few metal. See if they're going to turn around immediately and try to get one of their mechs. Yep. Alright. We're going to take both these farms and see if Nordic's willing to put his mech up here or if he wants to start bringing his workers back. Okay. This is the agricultural board. We start with 4 popularity. This is the rush the game option, but I get a lot of coin out of these enlists, and I'm going for the power star with the agricultural board because I'm going to use this bolster 4 different times. So I don't want to give up the coin of this bottom row action and give up my shot at the power star to speed up the game a turn. That's not going to help me. I'm going to get all the food I need like we talked about, so I'm going to go for $2 and 1 popularity because that gives me 2 popularity away from the next tier. I'm going to get 2 popularity out of my enlist bonus, so I'll be at 7. Whether I can hold at 7 is another question because I may have to bump some workers later on. But it's nice to get to 7. At least have the option of getting to tier 2 popularity. So Tagawa can get an enlist here. He's going to move instead. So what's going on with Albion here? Albion's in a position to produce again and go to the worker star and then place a mech. Now whether they want to do that, question. If they don't do this, Nordic forgot his wood and left it here. Now he can't even spend it if he wants to. He'd go for 8 workers. See, Albion's probably not going to rush the game. Albion's probably getting 8 workers so he can spread out. Take advantage of these flag tokens to double individual territory bonuses. Try to catch me and stay ahead. Here's the question. Does Nordic put his mech right here? No. He's going to move first. That's good for us because we're going to produce this turn, and it's after this turn that we're going to be at our most vulnerable. Remember what I said about tier 2 popularity? We're going to be spending popularity right here, so we're only going to get to 6. We're going to need this encounter to get ourselves to 7. Now we have 8 food. That's enough for 4 enlists. Terry, you'll miss 7 because you have to do 1 more produce, maybe more if you want max. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm planning on, at least we'll see how the game goes, but there's a good chance that I might bring this character back down to this encounter. And you're guaranteed at least one popularity for each encounter. So we'll see. If I don't need a popularity to win the game, I may forego that in favor of doing something else. But I've got this encounter right here to get me to tier 2 if I so choose. So you're right, I'm going to be sitting at 6 after my enlistment. The Albion's starting to spread out here. He's going to be making a lot of resources. Going to be making food for his enlist. And with that innovative board, he's going for those high coin upgrades. Nordic wants nothing to do with us over here. Good for us. Let's go combat cards first. Our combat cards are pretty good, and no one's really in a position to attack us right now. We feel pretty secure. The Gawa still hasn't gotten his encounter in turn 9. He does have one enlist, 2 upgrades. He's sitting on 7 power. It's going to take us a few more turns to catch him. We got to produce, probably coming out of Albion, get some resources on the ground. Oh boy, he's got a bunch of workers up there now. No one seems eager to make mechs yet. The guy was going for upgrades. Albion's the most spread out of anybody, so he might be ahead right now. It's close. What do we got coming from Tagawa? Another produce? No, he's going to trade. Set himself up for another upgrade. Get 4 more power. Albion's got a move incoming, right? Because they want to spend that food they just got. You gonna drop a worker here and then move to the factory? No. Left a lot of oil unprotected. I wonder if he meant to do that. Okay, we're not really in a position to get the speed mech yet. Of course we can't. Hey, Pfeiffer. How's it going tonight? First game, Rusty at Agricultural. Just trying to see what we can do with it. Gawa may be getting ready to get some of their mechs. And this is Twitch chat instead. How's your day, Pfeiffer? Everyone staying inside to avoid the virus? Yeah, definitely. Talk overlays sometime. Oh, nice. My in real life board game night is probably on hiatus until everybody decides we're not worried about the coronavirus again. I like Dominion. Dominion's a fun game. Dominion isn't really one of the games I've studied, but I definitely played it casually and enjoyed it a lot. We're putting up a website soon with information about online board game sites. Oh, that's great. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I used the tabletop simulator side last night for the first time. It's different. Graphics are definitely better. It's more resource intensive on the computer. But it's a little cumbersome. All right, man. We'll talk about it sometime. Yeah, it took fiddling with my settings a good bit to get the camera to work. All right, 2 stars this turn. How are we doing score-wise? We're up, but not by a lot. It's our coin advantage that's helping us. Albion's spread out quite a bit. Yeah, I'm actually using a laptop to stream it. My laptop kind of hates me because of it, but it gets the job done. Okay, so what are we trying to do here now? We're not too worried about Tagawa at this point. Tagawa didn't play to rush us and pressure us, so they didn't go for this encounter. They didn't go to push our worker there. We're not that worried about Tagawa here. Nordics pinned in. They just have their seaworthy mech, that's it. They haven't really asserted themselves and grabbed territory on either side. So Albion's our competition in this game. So our next goal is, now that we've got the worker star and the enlist star and the power star, is we want to get at least one more mech here. and we want to get our objective. We're up to 7 combat cards, which should be enough. We've got to get to the factory. So we're going to make some oil, let ourselves upgrade, and make our mechs a little bit cheaper. Okay, round 13, Tagawa's finally got his encounter. Viper, I see the test on stream in here. Yeah, it looked like one comment got stuck, so I just put a comment in to see if it got the chat going again. They're supposed to fade out after about 15 seconds, the chat. How much power does Albion have here? Very little. It's going to be hard to challenge us for any territory. He still doesn't even have combat cards. Despite getting 2 enlists, he hasn't chosen to get the combat card enlist. What stars are we going to get? We're pretty far away from the mech star, but we can get a couple combats without much trouble. And if we can get to the factory, we can get our objective star. Our turn. Get ourselves a 3rd move. We can go for this encounter after we get this 2nd mech. But Albion's keeping workers with the mechs, so tier 2 is a pipe dream at this point. Where's Tagawa on this scoreboard? Trailing substantially. Like I said earlier, it's just us and Albion. Pipe dream or a fantasy. That's nice. I like that. Tagawa is a fantasy. Hey Rail, how's it going tonight? Doing swell, that's great. Azor said you guys landed on, for the tournament, doing 4 draws instead of 5. Hurrah for swellness. Well, we got one move to make a mech. And then if Albion doesn't get some combat cards here soon, they're going to make it easy on us. There's Nordic finally putting get our speed mech here. Albion can go for their enlist next turn and finally get some combat cards. Which mechs do they have? They have shields, so they'll gain 2 power. Because what we need to do is we need to take this factory and take this tundra, and after we win 2 battles, still have more power than Albion. So we're going to boost them to 6, 8. And we have 16 to work with. See if they move here. I think they probably will. They didn't move. It's probably game, guys. Oh no. Huh. Nordic wants in on that factory. That's okay though. We'll just boot Nordic. Alright, we're glad Nordic spent a lot of power. That's for sure. Because it was going to be a little tough to have more power than both of those guys if we had to throw a lot of power to beat Nordic. So we can beat Nordic just throwing our 5 card, and we can beat Albion by throwing a 4 plus using 3 power, which gives us by far the most power on the board. It's going to give us 2 combat stars and our objective star. Now we just got to click the right buttons, make sure we do it. We can end this game right here in round 15. All right, we'll move incoming. And does it matter? We'll go here since there's a resource here as opposed to over here. There's no flag token in either spot. And just in case we get a encounter that gives us 2 popularity, let's do the factory first. Use our 5 there and keep our power. It's not going to throw anything at all. Check the score. We're well ahead. He's gonna have 9 power, and there's a good chance he won't throw any of it. Or just throws 1. Nope, all of it. Alright, we got our encounter. That oil doesn't matter, he's got an even number of resources, and we don't have any other resources to match with it. Already have all of those. 1 popularity just gives us to 6, and that does nothing, so might as well pay 2 popularity to get 4 metal, because that's going to give us 2 more points. And Gawa's got 16 power, guys. Gawa's got 16 power. We don't get King of the Hill. Next turn. Thought I was going crazy there for a minute. There it is. Tagawa's got the power star. Go figure. So it's not going to be 15 turns, because we had to spend some of the power to get the combat stars. Tagawa's got another building incoming. He's spreading out, try to maximize his points. Look at that! If we hadn't spent that popularity on the metal, we'd be at tier 2 right now. Right? We'd taken the first option and gotten a popularity instead of spending 2. That's a total of 3. Hindsight, though. Gawa cracked 30. Beat Albion substantially. Albion left the game after the double combat loss. The innovative board's a good board. Maybe the best board. Alright, let's game. That is Agricultural Rusviet in 16 turns. We almost pulled out 15, but Tagawa had to go get the power star on us. Alright, cue another one up. They, look at this. 18 people in the lobby tonight. That's great. Guy from Asmodee on the Discord server with Rail here is an admin. He posted an update that they're actually having to dedicate more server resources to this game because there's been a recent increase in players on the game and people playing the game. We'll check here in a second to see how many games are in progress. Curious to see. Oops. All right. How many games do we have going right now? Look at that, guys. 3, 7, 12, 18, 22, 25, 27, 31, 35, 40, 45, 49, 55, 63, 74. There are 74 people playing games right now. 9 people in games that are in the lobby and 16 out here. 99 people on the game right now, is that right? That's a lot. I think a lot of people stuck inside because of the pandemic are going back to some of their old games. Well, we had 2. Where'd he go? Or we had 3. Shrek is fat. This guy likes Polania. All right, we're back up to 3 now. I wasn't on stream, but I wish I was now. Earlier today, oh come on. Earlier today, I had a 11 turn win with Rust-Viet Innovative. Definitely my fastest Rust-Viet game I've ever had. Everything just went right. Right? It's broken. Rust-Viet and Crimea shouldn't get to use the IFA boards. So yes, pretty much. Saxony moved to 2 different units to 2 different tunnels inexplicably, like right when I needed him to. And I moved, enlisted, and then I had 1 more move and 1 more enlist, and my objective was shore up the shore. So I just ran some mechs to the right side of the board and surrounded that little lake that's at the bottom of Rust-Viet's territory, and that was it. But that only worked because on my first movement action, I got the encounter where you pay $2 for 3 of any resource. So I was able to get food and an enlist off the first move, which saved a turn. But yeah, I've seen Rust-Viet Innovative do 12 turns several times, but definitely never done 11 turns with Rust-Viet before. So that was fun. I've got the screenshot. See here. About to start a 3-player bidding game where it's in. I'll see if I can hit the 11 turn win too. Nice. Go for it. All right. Free or wait. Yeah, I mean, Rust-Viet Innovative is worth a lot in a bid game, I think. Because usually I see it win and it never gets out of tier 1, right? And it never gets that much coin. But it just spreads out so quickly because you can get all those mechs off the produces, and we're already bidding 10 for it. It's worth it. It's certainly worth 10. All right, let's give this, oh, we got 4. That's great. Ready up. Rail, patriotic Nordic, and Polani industrial, so gotta make it expensive enough. Is Albion in the game? Patriotic Nordic can be good, so can industrial Polania, but no Albion. Neither one of those touches Respite. Innovative. A. Cummings. Ready? All right, I let Azer take it for 12 coins. Ooh. I don't know. Press ready. Might have to leave and come back. Might have pressed ready and it might just not show on my screen. You are Kushko, Tim, and Pfeiffer. I mean, they're players of side. Ask a weird question, huh? Get an unhelpful answer. This is intriguing. Okay. 3 okay with you guys? Oh, all right, let's do 3. All right, we got Crimea. That's never bad. Balanced workforce is a bad objective. So has become a despised warmonger. So we cannot get an objective here. We have the industrial mat. Who are we up against? Up against Engineering Rusviet. And we've got Innovative Nordic. Balanced workforce. That's what I was thinking, Rail. Balanced workforce. Produce food. Trade food. Enlist. So we got to spend a little bit of time thinking about this, right? So we produce, that's 1 food. We trade 2 more food. We can't then produce again. Gee whiz. If I move this worker here and produce, and then trade, that's 1 enlist. Produce and trade again, that's 2 enlist. That's 6 turns. Get back to where I started. I think we got to go for the power star here. At least if we do that, we get a bunch of coin for it. All right, we're gonna go power star. If we can get it. But we definitely can't rush this game. We're gonna just have to get a bunch of coin for doing what we're doing. Hmm. Alright, so we're going to be able to make a mech next turn and produce. And then we should be able to turn right around and get an enlist. 6 turns, but 2 enlists done. Maybe. Might be the way to go. I'm going to try to see if I can get to the power star, though. At least I'll get more coin doing it that way. I mean, 6 turns, that's... In engineering Rustviet can end the game in what, 15, 16 turns? So 6 turns. Got no coin to show for my efforts. In fact, I'd lose coin going back and forth between these two. 2 enlists, but what am I going to do between my deploys anyway? Which mech is Rustviet going for? Some people like to go speed with the engineering mat to go for the upgrades. And that's what he's going to do. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to break cardinal rule of Crimea. I believe. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about getting the power enlist as my first enlist and counting on Rustviet and Nordic to boot me to the power star off these 2 tundras. Because that's where Rustviet's going right now, is to this tundra. Nordic's playing aggressive. I like it. Getting out on the board. Food and 2 metal. Oh, he would have loved 3 food, right? At least he's halfway to a mech now. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong board. Innovative. No, that's perfect. He's going to get a mech next turn. But yeah, he also would have liked 3 food. Okay, so Russ is not going for this tundra, it looks like. Well, I'm glad I did my deploy last turn instead of go ahead and enlisting. Can I go 8 workers here? I think I can go 8 workers here. If I go 8 workers, I can move the 7 right here to this metal. I need 9 more metal total, but I can use combat cards for the other 2. Then I can get the Riverwalk mech and move to here. Production's going to give me 7 oil, which is enough for 1 upgrade, make this is enough for a lot of upgrades. Could go for cards and upgrades. Or I could go for bolster upgrades, but I'd be a little bit light on the cards. Nordic went seaworthy early. Balanced workforce is just so hard to get. Did I misread this? I misread this. This is Despise Warmonger. This isn't... I read Beloved Pacifist, I think. That's why I was saying I couldn't get it. We can get 13 power. Makes that decision easy, right? We just go for the power star. Get a ton of metal here. Oh, I want that one so much. But then I can't produce. And I can't pay any coin. Adjacent to tunnels. It's gonna save us a card or two, I think, even though it cost us a card just then. Now we just got 4 coin here. We aren't going to start to get much coin until we start getting these power and these upgrades. Rustvit's Russian is max. Which combo did you end up with, Rail? If you're still here. Polani Industrial for free. Nordic Saxony cost him 5. I mean Nordic Patriotic. I think that's what you said earlier. Yeah, Patriotic Nordic. All right. Let me get back up to 2 combat cards here. We're going to be low on coin before we start getting coin. We'll get 3 from this produce here, so that'll be good. Nordic's got Seaworthy and Speed now. Let's see what the score looks like. Nordic is winning. Okay, Rustfiat's up here. They're going to start enlisting pretty soon. That's good. That will feed us some cards, which we sorely need. Well, I think Polani Industrial is underappreciated. I think it's better than people think it is. That's okay. We're not trying to get tier 2 here. See what kind of factory card he gets. He's pretty spread out here. He's killing it on the scoreboard for now. Oh, and he's going popularity. But it's an interesting choice by him because it costs a combat card to use and he just has 1 of them. So what's his plan for combat cards? Is he going to upgrade the combat card upgrade and then go for buildings? There's 2 of them. Oh, what was the... That is objective star. So what did we say? We're getting 8 metal right here. And we need a total of 9. So we need to use a card 1 time on our mechs. Rustviat's producing. What's the holdup, Rustviat? There it is. All right. Save our cards for now. Probably get more cards for Rustviat and then be worse from these. Remember, we just have to use coercion once. Yeah, because we're gonna have to use it twice, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna have to use it twice. So the next 2 times we'll have to use it. So Nordic's got a 3-worker strat going, which is very interesting. He's winning substantially right now, but it remains to be seen what his path to 6 stars is. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to throw me a follow, I've got a notification set up on the screen and everything. You want to see what it looks like, and you want to chat? The chat shows up on the screen as well. We're on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch right now, so see what people are saying regardless of which stream they're watching. Oh, did we miss it? Was the... Oh. I heard it. Did it show up? Did you guys see it? I heard it. All right, Rusty, you're gonna move, right? Or gain? Yeah, there's the move. We get a combat card off of him. All right, it's another 3. He got his objective too. Okay. Nordic does not have Riverwalk. Not close to making another mech. We're going to leave this metal here with our character. We're going to bump this worker. And put a second guy right here. Thanks for the follow. I was looking at my other screen and I think I missed who it was, but I heard the notification pop up. All right. Oh, I gotta hit intern. That's on me. Nordic's at 4 popularity right now. They gotta use their card twice more. Recipe had actually moved off of the farm. Is he just getting the 1 enlist? That would be somewhat bizarre, but possible, I suppose. Now he's got the worker star. And enough metal for the rest of his mechs. So we got to make 2 more mechs here, which means we got to use a card here. We only use up 2 of our metal, and we have metal for 1 more of them. And put Scout there. We can steal a combat card if Nordic gets any ideas. So how many upgrades can we get out of this? We can get 2 power, right? And spend up to 3 oil. That leaves us 4 oil left. So we could use a card. Question is, do we want to go for... If we go for the power star, we can get the power star and we can get our objective. So that's what we want to do, right? We can't get another produce because he stole that encounter. So we've got to make this oil count. So we're at 4 power right now. What do we need? We need 9 power. And the first time we do this, we can only get 2. So we need this to do this 4 times. Know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead. Go ahead and get this in list. And oh, now we can produce. Yeah, in good shape. So that's going to give us some extra power too. How's that score looking? Ahead of Rustviet, still trailing Nordic, who's at tier 2 now. Wants those encounters. We'll go to 7 power this turn. And we'll get our last in list. Then after because we've upgraded this, we'll go to 11 power. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start spreading out. I think. Get our power star, get a combat star. Nordic's at 4 cards right now, not having any trouble getting combat cards. Oh wow, we just got a 5, that's nice. That'll really help. Rustviet goes for the factory. What's Rustviet's power situation? A lot of time engineering Rustviet's in a low power situation. Probably get a combat here on the cheap. What Rustviet's factory card is. Somebody there as well. Maybe to create some more metal. Although he has all the metal he needs, so that's a little... Does Rustviet have People's Army? He does not. We can nab 2 cheap combats right here. And we want to go ahead and do this. If it was anybody but Rustviet, we would wait, right? Because they wouldn't be able to move next turn. So we could do something else. But it is Rustviet. So what can Nordic do next turn to us? They can use their factory card. And they have more power than we do. So we'll leave some workers here. They're probably not going to want to mess up their tier 2 popularity to come try to steal our oil. Now he's got 3 in 1 card. So we're going to use our Gonna do a partial bluff here. Expect he won't go for broke. Now we take his second card. We got a card for losing that first combat. I'm going to try taking. Are you stream sniping, Pfeiffer? All right, we got one of them. Sitting on 5 combat cards. Is he watching the stream? All right. Well, that throws off our plans a little bit, doesn't it? We're not going to be able to win this combat. No, he took it. Man. We got greedy here. That's what happened. How many cards is he sitting on? 3? A nice little swing for Nordic there. Rusty's got 0 power, 1 combat card. That holds we can get another combat star. But our path to 6 stars just got a lot more difficult. Alright, what are we gonna do here? Go ahead and get that enlist star. So Nordic's gonna move again, right? No. Gonna use some of the oil. Think we can get some of it back? You can throw 9. You can just throw 8. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get our second combat star and we're gonna get back some of our oil. Oh, gee whiz. Do I need a stream on a delay? For reals. He can do 8. He's taunting me a little bit, isn't he? Me and your, I mean, my oil. My oil now. All right, so now we've got some of our oil back. We can use 2 of that oil in a combat card to get 3 power. And then we'll make our last mech and we'll make some more oil. We'll get some more power. Get the mech star, and then we've got to get the objective star. Mech star and the objective star. That's what we need. He's got it, seaworthy. All right. We're back in contention here. I mean, he can hit us with 3 units this turn, but he's going to have to lose 4 popularity to do it. And losing 4 popularity, it's a 7 coin hit for him. Significant. Question is he going to be willing to do it? Not too worried about a Rusviet attack. We've got 2 mechs here. No, he built a mech. Well, we got plenty of cards now, so we don't really have to worry at all about using them for count as an oil each. Alright, so let's get some power. Get some coin. We're right there, and Nordic's not in a position to end the game right now. His workers are not on a village. He can spread out a little bit more, but not much. Next turn we can get our mech star, place a 3rd unit here, get up to 6 oil, which is as much as we're going to need the rest of the game. How much pop is Nordic sitting on? He's sitting on 8, but he can get 2 at will, so that factory there is not safe. He's going to be down to 1 card if he does that. Means it can be taken right back from him. Speaking of which. Does not have artillery. He's gonna run out of time. He's got 12 seconds left. That's it for Nordic. So right now, it doesn't hurt us that Nordic is so far ahead. He's still 3 stars away. Sorry, Pfeiffer. I can queue up a 20-minute one. Yeah, I could do 20 minutes next. Want? See what Rustviet, how much Rustviet's willing to spend here. Do they do the full 8? Do they throw 2 cards? They do. All right. And of course it's a bot, so we went back to base. Oh, Rustviet's at 5 stars. We made a mistake. Can he end it? No, I don't think so. Not this turn. Just 2 food on the ground. He needs 2 enlists. He's already got the objective. We got to take this factory back. At 58, tier 2. The game has lasted too long for tier 1. can do 5. So can we. He has 1 card now, but what's he gonna do with 1 card? That's good. I'm not sure that's enough. You can get in list number 3 now. It's getting close to ending it. We still need a few more turns. We need 2 bolsters. I'm gonna pick up 2 coin here. I was going to stream, but for some reason I can't hit the EU servers. Yeah, I don't know, man. Comes in list number 3. He's spreading out. Nordic's back up here though at 60. So what's Rust gonna do this turn? Because we have to spread out now. We don't have a choice. I think it's that my graphics card is really unhappy. It's only a GT 710. I need to get another. Yeah, I had to really mess with this to make my graphics card happy enough to actually be able to do this. Oh, 2 popularity. How much does he have? He can't do it. You're gonna win, Pfeiffer? No. Did he lose the popularity? How much popularity did he have, guys? Because I looked and he had 8. And then he picked the enlist. Huh. Alright, well, good game, guys. Florian Albenhaupt, I hate 15 minutes. It could have been a great match, but it's boring. We'll do 20, guys. Give everybody a little bit more time. Why not? Yeah, it just, that game went on too long. You don't really want to upgrade that many times with the industrial board, but we had to get to 13 power to get our objective. Pfeiffer, I can do software encoding. So there's a setting in OBS Studio, Pfeiffer, where you can go in and you can tell the computer to give high priority to OBS at the expense of other programs. That's what I did, and that really helped. All right, we got 20 minutes now. Let's get a third this time. Oh, we got fourth. That's great. That's what I meant, a fourth. Let's go. Now we got Russ. What's the mat? Militant. Militant Rustviet. What are we up against? Saxony Industrial. Wrong combination. Nordic Mechanical. Rustviet Militant. And we got Tagawa Engineering. Saxony's going to start us out here. Probably go with the trade 2 metal and then produce. So these are our objectives. These are both very doable objectives. I kind of favor this one slightly over this one. I just think it's going to be a little bit easier to get. Although because of township, we might go the other direction if we lead into the factory with a mech as opposed to a character, and then we can drop workers to the sides of it. Got good combat cards, that's nice. Gonna start with a produce here. Glad you approve. Yeah, Rustviet Militant is a good combination. Can create a lot of coin very quickly. See which mech Saxony goes with first. Probably the speed mech, right? Give him a chance to get to that encounter with the character in one movement. Yeah, there it is. All right, produce number 2. This is more Rustviet, and we can do the same thing back to back. Relentless. Gawa, right? So they traded for 2 food, which means they want an enlist. So they're gonna produce now, get themselves to 3 food, and then they're gonna move. In all likelihood. I will be right back, guys. I'm gonna take my turn here real quick. Then I gotta step away for another second. Get some metal so we have enough to move next turn and get a mech. And I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that, I'm back. We're gonna set ourselves up here by moving one of these workers to here so we get a little bit more metal for our trouble. But we still have enough workers here next turn to reduce again and get to the maximum. See what I miss. Upgraded the move and the upgrade. Paid 2 popularity to get 4 oil. Okay. Got 2 more metal. Gonna produce next time and go for another mech. Nordic with that mechanical board hasn't built a mech yet. Looks like he's going for buildings thus far. See where we are in coin. Oh, look at that, 666 and 5. Everybody's got about the same amount of coin right now. Now we have the worker star. And we have enough metal on the ground to turn around and move next turn and get up on one of these farms. Gawa's got 2 oil on the ground, and they produced last time. Are they going to move and go get that encounter then? Yes, they are. Two wood and a popularity. So here comes a produce from Saxony. Probably go with the underpass mech next, which means they may have their eyes on Tagawa. Tagawa, either through inexperience or because they got distracted because of the encounter, which happens sometimes, they did not place a trap token. So Saxony is probably licking their chops right now, eager to go pick on this Tagawa. Of course, this Tagawa has 3 power and 2 combat cards, which is a good bit considering he starts at 0. Underpass. That means when we go to the farm, we don't want to go to this farm. Saxony can hit us there with 1 move. And right now he has more power than us and more combat cards than us. We're going to produce 6 food in 1 produce. We definitely don't want to get knocked back to our base and lose that food. All right. Let's take the farm in the back. See what we get here. So one thing we could do is we could pay $2 to get wood, and next time we produce, we build a building, and we build something like the monument. But we're not going to bolster much in this game if we can help it. Popularity doesn't do a lot for us. We could pay 2 popularity to enlist 1 recruit. That is going to speed up our game by a turn. And we're going to get that 2 popularity right back. So the question is, how many produces do we have left to get what we need? And will we have enough popularity? And I think the answer is yes. Let's go ahead and pay the 2 popularity to enlist the recruit. And we're going to get this popularity so that we make sure we have enough popularity to produce. And let's not forget to build the mech. Tagawa's not on metal yet, and there's no one else that can attack us here except for Nordic, who doesn't have a mech yet. So let's put... No, we're still going to put the mech down here. Not that worried about getting attacked right now. Rail, I won my Polani Industrial Law. Did you get 6 stars, or did Russ overbid? Tier 3 popularity, 4 stars in spread. That'll do it. Was it close? No, I won even before the bid. But then they subtract more. Wow. Did Russ Innovative just not play well? I mean, I feel like Rusty and Innovative can end the game before Polani can even spread out the industrial. I mean, maybe that's not right, but took some turns for upgrades and bolstered builds. That'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, so let's think here for a second. We have 2 metal on the ground. Do we need to produce any more? We need 6 more metal total. And we need what? 9 food. 9 food total. And we're going to trade for 6 resources because we're going to use this column 3 times. So that's 6 resources, 12 resources, 14 resources. How many do we need? We need 9 plus 6. 15, really? Are we really 1 metal off? Let's see, we need 6 metal. We need 9 food. That's 15 resources. We have 6 and 2, that's 8. And we're going to trade 3 times, that's 6, that's 14. It's rough. Some power.
Bars, hubs.
Looks like the last chat message got stuck, so that test message right there was just to bump it. So what we're going to do is we're going to move. And we're going to go to this tundra down here, I think. And hopefully we'll get some metal off of it, or some food, or some resources. We have enough food though, right? Yeah, we do. We got it. We got it. All right. So we've got 6 food, right? So we trade for 2 metal and use 3 food. We trade for 2 more metal and use 3 food. And that gives us enough for our last mech. Okay, with Tagawa here, we are probably not going to get Underworld advantage. We're probably looking at divide and conquer. And we went township, which is good, which means we can move out when it's time to make the last mech. Still got 2 combat cards and 2 coin to get. What's the score look like right now? We're up. Not by a ton, but we're up. We'll go a little bit better once we start spreading out. There's not a lot of people in the middle of the board to attack. Does Tagawa have any mechs? They do not. Can't river walk. How's Nordic on the scoreboard here? They're at the bottom there. It's still a relatively close game. Gonna finally get their encounter in round 10. Gonna keep building buildings though. They're keeping workers in that with that mill. He's not going for enlist. Doesn't get any coin for upgrades. Gonna take the oil so he can upgrade his deploy once more. But 1 produce gives him enough for a mech there. Alright. Gawa's doing upgrades, so let's go here. We can make more use of power anyway at this point. Look at that, 2 5s and a 4. That's great. So next turn, we're going to get the enlist star, and that will put us at 2 stars. Turn after that, we'll move to the factory, and we'll get divide and conquer. And our mech star. So we'll be at, what's that, 3? That's 4 stars. And then we just need 2 combats. So we can fight Tagawa. We don't know what that trap token is. If it's anything but power, we're probably alright. Tagawa's got a good bit of power. Everyone has a good bit of power besides us in this game. Saxony's gonna go for some wood, it looks like. Okay. That's interesting. So now we're gonna trade for 2 more metal, use this 3 food to get our last enlist. Saxony can't move next turn. The problem is, if we attack Saxony right here, it's a straight up battle because we don't have people's armies. We went township instead. So what we're probably looking at is moving to another one of these spaces. Yeah, we don't want to mess with 2 Tagawa trap tokens if we can avoid it. He's spreading out substantially though. It's a close game. Not sure I've ever seen that, 2 of each combat card. Tagawa's trying to stall this game. He knows if it's a short game, I win. He's trying to stall the game. He's trying to stay spread out as much as possible. It's going to slow down his economy, but he's got to get ahead and he's got to stay ahead. Keep me from ending the game. That's his strategy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all 3 of these workers, drop 2 on the factory, take the mech and 1 worker up here. That's 1 movement. This is 2 movements. Now we get People's Army and we place it here on the factory. And there's our objective. And this sets us up now to move next turn and use our river walk to go attack Nordic. And even though he has more power than us, we have People's Army and we have good cards. And we can also attack Saxony. Both of them can probably throw... it's hard to guess with Nordic. Nordic just has the 1 combat card. So let's say Nordic can only throw... Say they can throw 10. Let's say that's a 2 or a 3. Because the odds are good that it is. And we could throw 2 4s and a 2. And that leaves us with 3. So we just got to power off our enlist. So we can do 3 twice and then 9. We can do 12 twice. We have to leave the factory to do it. Take the deploy for the coins anyway. Two combats is less attractive for that reason. I can end it right here though. I don't need the coins. Oh, 2v2. Keep him honest. That's interesting. All right. Then we still do it. Can definitely hit Nordic with 12. But he's gonna move. This game's gonna stretch out just a little bit. No, we go here and we go here, right? Does he have disarm? He does not. So we take that there. We throw 3, a 4, and a 5. That's 12. We take that there. We can get to 12 again. What do you think, guys? Does he have 2 5s? I say he doesn't. And that is game. All right, guys. That is Rusviet Militant in 13 turns. I am going to I had terrible objectives and just wasn't sure what to do. Saxony is hard with bad objectives, man. There's no question about that. No question about that at all. I'm supposed to check Discord here. Not sure my computer will handle it, honestly. What am I looking for, Pfeiffer? Which thread? Create a permanent foothold. Yeah, you can't do that one as Saxony. Technological breakthrough. Maybe do that one, but then you give up your triple move. Yeah, that's hard. I had a game like that earlier with Saxony. It's just 2 objectives you can't get, and what are you gonna do? All right, guys, I'm gonna take a little break. Maybe back on in an hour or so. But Pfeiffer, I pinged you inside general with the spoiler tab. Okay, before I go, I'll see what this is going on with this. Rail, thanks for streaming. Yeah, man, thanks for watching. I'm not sure my Discord's gonna load actually with this still up, so see you guys in an hour and a half.